and I call it Awakened. Not a lot to say yet or show yet, and I know I probably don't even need to be putting a video up this early per se, but I've told enough people about it that I want them to see the progress that I've been making, and I want you to be able to be on the journey as well as I'm making this progress, especially from early on. So yeah, so far I have, your typical functions. This game's supposed to be like the video title it implies. It's supposed to be very heavily inspired by Halo. And as far as I can tell, I've had some really cool features. The obviously the typical two weapons, grenade, this kind of janky simulated physics thing that have going on with the enemies when they die. But it's kind of funny, so I'm gonna keep that for now. But as I'm working through this, I do want to see what you guys want as features, what other input you have, because there's a lot of different ways this project can go, especially depending on my time and resources and stuff like that. And really, it's mainly resources. So that's why I'm intending to add a Patreon really soon. If you guys are willing to uh, subscribe monthly and things like that, where I know that I have enough people that actually want to see this project through. That will be super helpful in the long run. Yeah, I honestly think that's it. The original video, I will say, the original video was supposed to be a lot longer and a lot more in depth. Um, but the format wasn't great and it wasn't that clear. And a lot of the problems that my game's quote unquote supposed to solve aren't actually real problems, or rather, they're not problems that are exclusive to, say, Halo. Because that's the game that I'd like this game to be like, right? Particularly Combat Evolved. That's the type of game that I want to make and bring back. Like that type of there's no really other way to say this, but that type of aura around the game, um, with the graphics, the gameplay, the type of vibe that you get whenever you see those early Bungie videos in their games. Like I want to recreate that as best as I can with this game. So that means and essentially requires not only excessive time commitment to perfect and polish these different mechanics and features, but obviously a lot of resources. So help me help you, you know, if you guys are willing to commit to this. I will share a lot more in the future, probably a lot more longer form videos. Right now, this is just an intro. This is really just a channel intro. This is not really me showing a whole lot about the game yet because there isn't a lot yet. I'm using Unreal Engine for this, if you can't already tell. Uh, I got it about a month ago. I'm using like a shadow subscription for it. So month to month, I'm just kind of filling it out, seeing how much progress I can make, seeing how much others are interested in it. And so far, people that I've really, really connected with and known for a good amount of time, they absolutely seem to enjoy this. And I know some of you guys are watching. So if you're making it this far, huge shout out to you. Um, and yeah, there's a lot of work to be done, a lot of progress to be made, but I want this game to stand out, to be as true to my original idea as possible. Like I want it to feel like you're this invincible yet conscious super soldier, right? That's the type of character that you play. Okay, so a lot of the different mechanics are supposed to make you feel like overpowered or almost like a movement shooter, honestly. Except it's a lot slower paced because it's like a 1v all in a lot of such scenarios. But, you know, depending on how far I can get into this game, it may not have a campaign or it may not have an as in-depth story as I would want it to be. So again, as much as you guys can engage early on, the better, because that helps me help you, right? It helps me help you. So, yeah. The original form of this video was supposed to go way more in depth, like I said, but again, the my game isn't supposed to solve Halo's problem. Halo's problem is that it doesn't have a problem, but it's not in a format that a lot of people today are able to equate to how it was when they were younger. Like Halo, the original trilogy. Gosh, I can't tell. The original trilogy is not uh what this new remake is going to be like, right? It's not really supposed to when you think about it. It's rebranded for a reason. It's to bring in new fans and stuff like that. But this is the part. People want what we had, what they had back in the early 2000s, 2010s, that era of gaming, right? The PS2, Xbox 360, right? That's the type of game, vibe, environment, mechanics, those types of things. That's what I really want to bring back with this one. So if that sounds like something that you're interested in, would be willing to commit to, invest in, personally, even collaborate with me on, because I absolutely could see myself, especially when it comes to animations and level design, maybe even parts of the story writing, um, all of those things. If there are people out there, if you guys out there are willing, able, interested, please do, you know, leave comments, like, subscribe, all of those things, because that really truly does help, especially early on. And I really hope the algorithm does me a favor and ignores the fact that this video is faceless, though I'm using my voice and using my own like gameplay footage aside from, of course, footage of the engine and stuff like that. But yeah, uh, yeah, thank you. Thanks for watching if you've gotten this far. No, this isn't heavily edited. I didn't want it to be. I want it to be as authentic and raw as possible, honestly. And yeah, thanks.